Today we're going to be checking out the DC Collectibles DC Designer Series Brian Bolland, the Joker statue. Sculpted by David Gerard, the statue stands at 13.71 inches high or 34.82 centimeters. The Clown Prince of Crime is depicted from the pages, or more importantly, the iconic cover of Batman the Killing Joke. He comes with a display stand, a very cool classic display stand featuring the Joker here, along with the symbols of the cards and the Clown Prince of Crime's face himself. A series of felt feet are provided to you on the underside of the statue base to prevent any scratching if you have it on display. Speaking of displaying, one of the actual issues I had with the statue was getting him out of packaging and getting his foot to be properly pegged into the holes of the base. I still really can't get the foot completely pegged in. I've removed it a couple of times and reapplied it. It seems like, I don't know if the holes are completely drilled all the way through, but I can't seem to get it all the way in. And I don't know if that's going to be an issue with all the statues or if it's just with my particular one here. Joker comes wearing his purple trench coat, a pair of purple slacks, and a pair of white spats covering over his shoes. It's only until you actually get this physically in hand do you really appreciate the tons of different sculpt and details that they put actually into the jacket. All the individual folds are done very nicely. And you can also see as well there's a little bit of a dark purple that's also made its way into that fabric as well. So it does really give a little extra element of texture to it. Not to take anything away, of course, from the mustard colored vest that he sports, as well as his green laced up tie. It is actually one of Joker's finest looks. Speaking of looks though, his sculpt on his face is glorious. Look at the sinister look on Joker's face, his big smile. And actually they've even gone in and stained the teeth as well, caking them in a brown wash, which really looks great. They've incorporated a little bit of the grays around the squinted area of his one eye. And if we turn it around as well, they've painted around the other portion of his wide eye as he's looking through the lens of his camera. The paint here, again, does wonders for this piece, especially the very stark, very vibrant green that they've incorporated into his hair. Personally speaking, this is also one of my favorite Joker designs too. Brian Bolland, I liked how he designed the Joker, incorporating a very narrow chin, a pointed nose, raised cheekbones, and of course the Joker's iconic smile. DC Collectibles, fantastic work. I don't know if even the camera can do this justice. Just the level of shading in those wrinkled, creased areas, especially right around the mouth section where the sculpt sinks itself in. They've added this darker gray here. But the smile is probably one of my favorite aspects of this figure. It's caked, it's filthy, it's Joker. The statue sways ever so slightly to the left side, so don't be alarmed by that when you get this guy on this display stand. I'm a little upset that the peg on the foot didn't actually send itself completely into the whole socket of the stand. I might actually end up just taking the stand or the statue off the base and see if I can maybe take a little bit of a screwdriver or something and just work away a hole greater than what there is here, so I can get actually the foot of Joker completely planted shut. As it stands right now, there's about, give or take, about that much clearance between the top of the sole, or the underside of the sole, and the top of the base. I do definitely want to fix that, especially with the back of the jacket, as we've already looked at, being so very fragile. I don't want to be adding any elements to why a statue could tip or could fall. He seems planted, and it doesn't seem like he's going to fall at all, but I do definitely want to go in there and see if I can correct. There, once again, is the gapping between the pegs and the holes of the base. For fans not only of Brian Bolland's work on the Joker, but also The Killing Joke, one of the more iconic stories featuring the Clown Prince of Crime, this is a statue you may want to add to your collection. The Joker is now currently available. You can find him at your local comic book stores, and I would say If you're a fan of Joker like myself, this is a statue you would definitely want to add to your collection. Today, once again, we're having a look at the DC Collectibles DC Designer Series, The Joker by Brian Bolland. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, if you haven't had a chance to click that little subscribe button, what are you waiting for? A Joker to come to your door? You know, you don't want to be answering that. Don't answer that, whatever you do. But hit that little subscribe button now, and you won't miss future videos coming onto this channel. If you're also a fan of the DC Collectibles statues, and hence say to yourself, hey, I wonder if this guy's done any more DC Collectible statues. I sure have. There's a playlist there for you for your viewing pleasure. As always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. See you next time.